Sometimes in life, you don't know if it's going to be a poop or a fart. You just got to let go. Or be destroyed. Or be destroyed. Or be destroyed. Everybody talks about surrender. But what is it exactly? How do you do it? The truth is, like you, I don't know. I think many times in life, you don't know the answer. And letting go, surrendering, is part of that. There's a Spartacus quote I somewhat live my life by. A man must accept his fate or be destroyed by it. And that leaves you an obvious choice. Either accept the universe or be destroyed. That can be very difficult for human beings though. We've evolved to control our environment to a significant degree. When it's raining outside, we've evolved things to keep us dry. When it's hot, we like to be cool. When it's cold, we like to stay warm. Letting go can be a very difficult thing to process or try to integrate, especially as an American. It took me a long time to learn to let go. I thought I had it figured out a long time ago, but it really started to sink in during my last breakup, when I had to enter the dark night of the soul, which may ultimately be the whole point of the dark night of the soul. As many say, you come to a point to where you have no choice but to trust. I'm going to take you into my journey of letting go and where I am with it now. I didn't really start to learn surrender till my breakup. During the dark night of the soul, I had no choice but to work on myself. I did a lot of inner child work, a little attachment healing. I dug deep into my shadow during that time. But nothing came. Still nothing came. I had no choice but to let go, but it felt like it was for nothing. I trusted the universe would bring me my partner immediately, as my ex moved on pretty quickly. I trusted the universe so much that right after our breakup, I rented this huge house because I knew that my person was coming. But my person didn't come. I faced a lot of doubt in that time. And during the dark night of the soul, doubt takes over. And I think it's a thing. You trust while you are doubting. And it's very difficult to trust in doubt. Trust starts as an action. Over time, you learn to trust as a feeling. But in the beginning, your trust is mixed with doubt. I tried to keep this big house for a long time, but it was foolish of me, and I ended up losing the house. And it landed me in a very weird position, in one of the worst places I've ever lived in, which made me doubt even more. But I was still trusting as action. I never let go of the fact that the universe had a purpose for my life, even now while I'm in this situation. The creation of this channel is as such a trust fall. This could be a huge waste of time. But during my inner child healing, my alone time began to find this purpose. During this time, I learned something from, as I source in most of my videos, Heidi Priebe, to start making promises to my inner child and keeping them. On top of that, I tried to challenge my own self-limiting beliefs. The first challenge for me was a concert that I really wanted to go to, Yaima, my favorite band. And I'm not just saying that. I'm basically one of their highest fans on Spotify, as you see. So I knew every one of their songs. I couldn't wait to see them. I was singing along for every song. And then they got to one song that I didn't know. Two things happened during the Yaima experience. There was the song that I didn't know. And there was a part of the concert where Yaima is two people, as you saw from the image. This image that I probably have up now. Yaima is two people, and Pepper Proud, the lead singer, the main vocalist, gets a lot of the spotlight. But she took some time to spotlight her producer, musician guy, which is kind of like what I do. I produce music, and it's kind of difficult sometimes as an artist to see the value in your own work. She spotlit him for a minute, and she was like, "Can you believe this much music comes out of one person?" And at that moment, I realized the universe was putting a mirror up for me to finally see my true value. Like, can you believe this much music comes out of one person? And that's where the self-belief started. But it also started at the fact that when I saw this concert, it was very far away. And then my first thought was, oh, we'll never be able to do that. And I told myself, what if that's a lie? What if that's just a limiting belief? What if we can do that? And so I tried everything I could to get to that show. And here I was at this show. And the universe had a message for me in this song that I didn't know. It was my favorite band, so like the fact that there was a song that I didn't know really surprised me. So that very night I went home and looked through their discography, and I immediately knew what song it was because it was the only song that I didn't know by name. And I was right, it was the only song that I didn't know, period, in their whole discography. The Magician. The lyrics to The Magician changed my life. It was the fact that I followed my soul's vision, and it led me to this place so far. It was the first time my fear met trust. And from that moment, I had the first feeling of trust. The first feeling of realizing that maybe the universe does have my back. Around this time is when I found sanctuary, as I said. This was the church where I was first rejected, really. It's where the prayer for sanctuary first began. When I first went to my first retreat with sanctuary, it was a big deal to me. I prayed for this my whole life, to be part of the medicine with a group of people who felt the same way about it. At the retreat, one of the other participants, they said that in her experience, the mushroom was telling her to release her bowels. She was asking her guide if she should trust the mushroom, if she should release her bowels or not. What if she released her bowels and it was actually poop? And what I got from that message was, the universe is telling you to release your bowels. It doesn't matter if you're gonna poop or not. The universe has your back. And I think that's what letting go is like. Right now, in my experience right now, at this particular time in my life, I'm about to let go of my storage unit, which has many memories, many valuable objects in it, and I finally let go of them in my heart. It has many of my valuable belongings in there, and I finally let go of them in my heart. And this month I'm going to be letting go of them physically. That feeling, that space of letting go, where I'm letting go of these things and I don't know if the universe is going to give them back to me or not. That's what letting go is all about. In the end, you don't know if it's going to work out or not. You just have to let go and trust that even if you poop your pants, the universe has your back, no matter what. The other day, I was kind of sitting mindfully, and I was looking at my bookshelf. Noticed I had some really nice books, and I felt some real gratitude in that moment. I looked around at my plants, and I felt real gratitude. Like, even though I don't have a bunch, I'm in a very tiny apartment, I'm very poor, I just felt very, very grateful for what I had. And I was looking at my copy of the Bhagavad Gita, and later on that day, I was, like moments later, I was doing some research for YouTube, and I found Brenda Turner, which she's a great, like, if you're starting off, like, I haven't even explored all, like, Life of Riza and Brenda Turner. I just discovered both of them. I'm diving so deep into this world, but she had a Bhagavad Gita quote, and it shook me to my core, and it feels like the message to leave you guys with today. And I found this quote from Brenda Turner's channel, but my copy of the Bhagavad Gita differs from her, so if you want to hear her version, go ahead and check out her video. I'll put a link in the description. Chapter 4, verse 19. One whose every action is free from selfish desire and who burns all his actions in the fire of knowledge is described by the learned as a wise man. A person who has rejected the desire to enjoy the results of his actions, who does not depend upon others, and who is always content, even while engaged in action, does nothing at all. Having no desires, controlling the mind and body, having no sense of possessiveness, such a person does not incur any wrongdoing, although they may perform actions in order to maintain the body. One who is content with all things that have come of their own accord, who is beyond duality, devoid of enviousness, and equal in success and failure. Such a person is not bound by karma, although he may perform actions. All karma is completely dissolved, for one who is detached, liberated, situated in knowledge, performs actions only in sacrifice. Hope you enjoyed this video in this new style. I was really inspired to create it. If you did like it, I hope if you could kindly like and subscribe. It really helps small content creators like me. And you can help me create more content like this in the future. As always, thanks for watching and stay mindful.